Since the dawn of time, the calculator has played an integral role in how the world functions. Mathematical calculations are key to regulating trade, determining the dimensions of land, and planning the construction of buildings, just to name a few essential uses. What's more, early calculating devices eventually gave way to the first digital computers. But how did one give way to another? In this video, we're going to go over the history of the calculator. Let's get into it. In all honesty, the earliest calculating tool came already built into mankind. Fingers and toes, before even the crudest, most archaic of the early calculating devices had even been invented. Here are the facts. Humans first did their counting with their hands and feet. Ancient Japan's soroban device was an early predecessor to the arquebus, as was the Chinese swanpan. While calculating tools didn't come until later, mathematics has been around since the BCE era. For instance, geometry dates back to ancient Greece around 300 BCE. Looking back, the earliest calculating devices were the methods of shorthand writing used by the ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Mesopotamians to indicate large, specific quantities. For the Egyptians, Greek, and Mesopotamians, this shorthand varied from culture to culture, but almost always included groups of lines for single units and unique characters for further intervals of 5s and 10s. As time went on, sticks, knots, and tally marks became other popular ways of keeping track of quantities. The abacus is widely considered to be the first notable pre-modern calculating device, and it's a device typically grouped together with the wire and bead devices that originated in the Middle East. While there's no real way to know for certain when and where the arquebus truly originated, it's fair to assume the word arquebus dates back to the ancient Middle Eastern calculating methods of moving pebbles along lines drawn in the sand. Between the 15th and 18th centuries, European inventors were hard at work on several early calculating devices. During this time, there was also a major resurgence in several classical and Middle Eastern calculating devices. Scottish mathematician and inventor John Napier developed a set of rods to calculate multiplications around 1614. His idea to place these rods in a box effectively laid the groundwork for the gear-based carry mechanisms that would be a key part of the earliest mechanical calculating devices. Other inventors making important developments at this time were Blaise Pascal and his multiplication machines during the mid-17th century. British mathematician Charles Babbage tried to invent a calculating tool able to both calculate and print out logarithmic tables. While he couldn't ever figure it out for certain, his son Henry managed to make it work in the 1870s. Concurrent to Henry's work, the arithmeter was being conceptualized and brought to light. Considered the first calculating machine to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division successfully, inventor Charles Xavier Thomas de Colmar derived his ideas from works decades earlier. The release of the arithmeter in 1851 effectively kicked off the mechanical calculator industry as we know it today. From 1851 to the late 1880s, Thomas's arithmeter was the one and only mechanical calculator on the market. While it fell in popularity in the late 1800s and early 1900s, it remained in use in some capacity or another until the end of World War I. It was here that calculating tools gave way to digital calculators. These early calculating tools are some of the most historical significant inventions of all time. Without them, we would have no digital calculators, and without those, we would have no computers. It's practically impossible to imagine the modern world without them. Without these revolutionary ideas and incredible inventions, the digital calculator and later the computer would have never been invented. We hope you enjoyed this video and encourage you to like and subscribe. Don't forget to visit historycomputer.com to learn more. Thanks for watching.